I love healing and therapy because it makes you remember things. Because the other day I did a video on like full accountability and how, I had been asked to open up the marriage or whatever. Well, when you start speaking truth and you start remembering things, you start to remember other things. And the thing I remembered this last time is like there were so many like, hey, you should leave. But anyways, we'll get to that. I promise. So before we even went on deployment, because I remember the apartment, and I was like, oh, that was before the first deployment. I remember he had asked if we had an adult friend finder account. Like, this wasn't just a one-time thing. It happened multiple times. I was told from the fucking beginning I didn't want to be with you. And when I went to my parents in 2013 during the first deployment that this happened, I talked to them. I told them about what my experience was, what I was going through. I was met with, divorce is not an option. That is your husband, or he is your husband. You gotta work it out. So I just played the game. I just kept myself safe, apparently, in whatever way I could. Because let me tell you, I tried all the tactics. From healthy to toxic. To try and get out. But no one would listen. No one would help me. I didn't know what to do. So, what I do? I worked through it. I was basically taught how to be happy in a Stockholm Syndrome relationship. And I did. Like, we worked through a lot of shit. And then I did some healing. And now I realize what was true, what was not true, and just what I should have done differently. So now I get to teach my kid that so that they don't make those mistakes at all, because you live and you learn and you lead by example. I did not have the best example of relationships. So that's what I learned. Because the biggest thing, like the biggest regret I have, is allowing someone to make me feel like that it was a smart idea to drug my husband with a sleeping pill. Like, that's the worst thing I ever did, in my opinion. Like, yeah, the cheating was bad, but for me personally, like, I don't like that I did that. But I now see how a lot of the things that I did that hurt him was so that I could get the fuck out. Like, I was always told, well, if you cheat, the relationship's over. Well, let me tell you, I have plenty of examples as to why that's not true. Your no doesn't get respected. It won't be listened to. And when you cry out for help and reach out for help, you won't be given it. That's what I was taught. That's the parents I had. That was the example that I had. And that is not the example that I'm giving my kid. I've officially decided that one. Like, no. So heal, grow, realize what you did wrong, what was happening in your situation, because you may be the villain in a story. That's fine. But you need to realize who you truly are so that you can go forward and keep going. All right. Love you. Have a good night.